If you think I'm here to play around with y'all, God damn it, I'm not.
All right, Mr. O'Neill, please stop using swearing language. It's not appropriate in a closing argument.
I'm on my way to a brand new life, California. I know it's gonna get better. So I get to California, man, and let me tell you something. I grew up in Chicago all my life, and I just came from Atlanta, Georgia. And now I'm in California. California is by far the greatest place I have ever lived in my life. All right, so I get to Cali, man. My little sister Lily, I ain't gonna say her like government name, but Lily is in the Navy at the time. And on top of that, she's in military housing because she's also married. So she got a whole motherfucking house that the military pays. So she tell me basically like, since she's married, the military give them like up to like, it's like $1,800 to $2,000 to cover your rent. And whatever you got left of the benefits, you can just put that in your bank, that's yours. So basically, if you in the military and you got a wife or a spouse or whatever, they would pay you $2,000 on top of what they're already paying you in the military. That money is for your rent. $2,000 for your rent, nigga, in the military if you married, but you gotta be married. So you already know I'm from Chicago, so I'm in survival mode, man. Even though I'm with my sister house, I know she ain't gonna like, you know what I'm saying, like get the fuck out type shit, right? I'm still in survival mode because this is what I've been doing since I had got out. I've been going from bitch to bitch trying to find somewhere to live. As the time was going by, I was meeting all of her friends too that was in the Navy. And she had two roommates, Crumb and Miller. So Crumb and Miller was, I like Crumb and Miller. I ain't had no like real beef with them. But one of them had took me on a tour to the base and she had took me out to eat and pretty much it was on a date. One of the friends after that I had met, what's her name, Brittany. I'll say this goofy bitch name. One day, her friend Brittany had came over. Eventually, she started coming over a whole lot more. She just really had an interest in me. So I thought, remember, she's coming over to my sister's house where I am staying. So she's already got her mind focused on what she's trying to do. She's discussing with me about how, you know, the military give you benefits or whatever. Now, while she's discussing this with me, of course, I'm gonna tell her, yeah, I already know. My sister was telling me about how she's able to really afford the house she was living at. So basically, she was talking about like if me and her get married and shit like that, that basically we can use that money to, you know, not only pay the rent to where we, you know what I'm saying, where we live. Because at this time, she's living on the ship. She's pretty much a bum. She a homeless ass bum. Because if without the ship, she'd be sleeping in her car. Or like, in this case, she was sleeping at my sister's house. I said, shit, fuck it. I think it's a good idea, shit, in my opinion. You know what I'm saying? I thought it was a good idea that, you know what I'm saying, like, fuck it, we get married. It'll give me time to get on my feet too, because I'm like, shit, I can go get a job and I can save all that money and start just, you know, just stack that shit. Really, I can just have a good life, you know what I'm saying? At that time, I was thinking like, shit, this shit's so good, shit, we can just keep doing this for a long time. She gave me the pussy. Just gave that motherfucker to me. She let me do whatever I want with it. All right, so a couple weeks later, we end up doing this shit. We got married, boom. Once we took care of the paperwork at the base and shit on Coronado, we was able to go start looking for somewhere to live. You see what I'm getting at? Because she ain't want to be living on the ship, you know what I'm saying? And staying with friends here and there like a bum, you know what I'm saying? So she looking for a house for that. And also, I'm like, shit, yeah, I came out to stay with my sister, but shit, I'm still a grown ass man. You see what I'm getting at? Shit, grown as hell. I don't want to be staying with my sister, shit. If I knew what I knew now, I would have never did that. I'd have just stayed with my sister for as long as I could, shit. We found an apartment out in, this was in Chula Vista. So out in Chula Vista, we found an apartment. The apartment wasn't no more than like, how much was that motherfucking apartment? That apartment didn't cost no more than like $800 or $900. It's just me and her, you know what I'm saying? We ain't got no kids, we ain't got no dogs, cats, none of that shit, you know what I'm saying? We already got it covered agreement. So what we did was we used the money to pay the rent and she would basically give me, you know, we split that. But we ain't really have to do that, you know what I'm saying? I wasn't no money hungry ass dude because I had 2 jobs. I had a job at a gas station. Yeah, I know, right? I robbed a gas station, now I'm working for one on my mama. So I'm working at a gas station and I'm working for Burger King. These are literally my first 2 jobs I ever had in my life. I used to have so much extra money because The 2 jobs was paying me, and I got the money coming from her. She used to send that shit to my account. I'm going right to the mall. I'm going shopping. Nigga, I used to love going shopping for clothes, for brand new shoes. You see what I'm getting at? I love that shit, man. It ain't like now, like, you know what I'm saying? Motherfucker ain't got it like I used to, but I'm almost back. Like now, it's like that. Right now, it's like when I had first got out of prison, you know what I'm saying? Because I done took so many losses. We're going to get to this point, too, eventually in the story. Oh, man, I don't know how I forgot this, but when I was staying with my sister and Brittany was coming over to visit and shit, even after we started fucking or whatever, Brittany had bought some food from the store so that when she's over there with me, you know what I'm saying, we can cook us up some food, you know what I'm saying? She'll cook our plates, and we'll just sit back and eat and shit, you know what I'm saying? That's what she did. She'll come over and cook for me. Brittany used to cook, and she actually know how to cook. One day, Brittany had bought some shit over there, right? And, well, she been bought the shit, but she had went down there to go cook some shit, right? I guess she discovered that my sister Lily had already cooked the chicken and macaroni. Not only did my sister and them cook the chicken and macaroni, her and her significant other, her husband, they ate it all. They didn't save us a crumb. Me, being where I come from and what I've been through, I didn't see that as a big deal. You see what I'm getting at? Because it's like, I didn't feel no need to be upset with nobody over no chicken and macaroni. I didn't feel there was a need for me to feel offended over some chicken and macaroni. She was mad. I know she was mad because I had to calm her down like, hey, I got food stamps. Let's go ahead and hit the stove and grab the shit again. But she was just mad. She would not let it go. I'm thinking the shit over with, man. It ain't over. One day we at Food for Less shopping for food. And I get a text message from my sister. She basically sent it to all of us like, hey, I just found Brittany Twitter page. Y'all need to go see what this bitch done wrote on there, right? So, you know, I'm thirsty. I'm gonna go click the link and let me see what's going on. And when I got there, her tweet was all the way from back when the chicken incident occurred. So the day that the chicken incident occurred, my ex-wife, she used to always be on her phone doing this too. But she used to tweet a lot. That's what she was doing. She went crazy on Twitter with the shit. This nigga fat ass sister ate all my motherfucking chicken, ate all my motherfucking food, disrespect. She just said some real disrespectful shit, right? The whole point of not arguing over no chicken is so the situation don't escalate. You see what I'm getting at? Into what we dealing with now, with the tweets now. So I asked, I'm like, damn, you wrote all that shit about her? Because now all my family think you some type of goofy ass bitch. And now I'm finna look real goofy too, because now I'm thinking about how I should respond to this. You talking about my little sister like this, you weird body shape bitch. I just feel like being a grown up man, sometimes yelling and screaming and escalating situations ain't gonna make them better, man. So she said what she said. She said she was upset. Yeah, she tweeted the shit. They really into it because honestly, man, I ain't even know she was that mad. I just honestly didn't, because I'm like, most people, you would think she's military. She not this fucking crazy, is she? Over some chicken and macaroni. So when it was time for my sister and my wife at the time to deploy, this was their first deployment, and it was gonna be for a long period of time. And it was kind of her idea that I actually just go into military housing. You know what I'm saying? This bitch told me to quit my jobs. What I do like a dummy. I quit my job like a dummy. So I quit my job. She sending money to me every month, nigga. I ain't gotta do nothing but go spend this shit. She had sent me a PlayStation. She sent me all type of shit. In the military, your family can send you care packages while you on deployment. They can, because you're not gonna see a lot of stuff, man. So certain foods and certain deodorants, hygiene products, certain things that you like, you're gonna have to have your family send it in. And that's what I would do for her. I would send her all type of stuff, man. I would send her a whole bunch of stuff that she can have while she's out there for long periods of time. When she called the phone, I would pick up the phone. But one day, so I got an email from Brittany. Brittany basically told me that, hey, me and your sister ain't really getting along. She getting on my fucking nerves. She starting shit with me. She's real, you know what I'm saying? She basically saying that she's accusing my sister of being petty with her or starting fights with her. So my response to it was, well, this is supposed to be my wife. This is my little sister. I love them both. So I had to make a decision here. The only thing I can come up with was, hey, I know y'all not getting along or whatever, but there's nothing I can do about it. Maybe y'all should fist fight. I told the bitch, maybe you should go fist fight my sister. Y'all should just fight it out. You know what I'm saying? Just fight it out. You know what I'm saying? That's what we do as men. We fight shit out. This when shit started getting hectic, man. I ended up getting another email now, right? About a week later from my sister now. My sister sent me an email basically telling me that she had seen my wife leaving the ship and going to stay in hotels with dudes or whatever, right? The reason why we had got married was she said if I was to marry her, she would give me basically half the benefits or whatever. So we already got that understanding. It's not like we fell in love and we, you know what I'm saying, we together, you see what I'm getting at? I remember the conversation we had was that when she goes on deployment or she goes on the way, that I am not allowed to basically bring bitches to that house, you see what I'm getting at? She said, if I'm gonna do something, you know, get a hotel room, but do not bring them to this house. You see what I'm getting at? Just out of respect. So when my sister sent me the email about seeing her going to hotels or whatever, low key, we already kind of had to understand. I didn't have to tell her that because I kind of told her that was okay when I didn't argue or dispute with her about saying it's okay for me to do it. So now I have to contact Brittany about the shit. I'm like, hey, I don't know what's going on with you and my sister, but she just sent me an email saying that you were in a hotel with some other dudes. So my email was not as damaging, or probably wasn't gonna be as damaging as my sister's initial email was, because in the military, they take spousal situations very seriously. If they find any type of proof that you've been cheating on your significant other and you're in the military, they will kick you out. If you are married and you get caught cheating, you will be kicked out. So when my sister sent me that email, it was dangerous because they could have kicked Brittany out. Now the situation just escalated even further. The next email I got from my wife was that I'm filing a divorce. The money that I was sending you, you're not getting shit no more. She basically wanted me as her husband to basically go yell at my sister, nigga. That ain't gonna, come on, man, that ain't finna happen. You tweaking, bitch. I don't know what type of drugs you doing, bitch, but I'm not finna never cuss one of my sisters out for you. Fuck out of here, bitch. And I'm not finna cuss her out for my sister. You see what I'm getting at? It's a balance. And I'm not finna break the balance all for the sake of how you feel. So once she sent me that, basically talking about her lawyer's gonna be contacting me, that the divorce is coming real soon, and it came real fast. I'm now in survival mode. I don't got no job, I ain't got no money. I am now literally down to my, 60 days to get my shit together because this bitch already said when she get back, the lease is terminated. I'm homeless, nigga. You see, I ain't got nowhere to go. So I applied for a credit card through my bank. I applied for a credit card through Navy Federal. I got approved. Gave me $6,000. That's the most money I had since I've been out. I just hit the jackpot. The first thing I do is I go get a car. Boom. I don't go buy a car. I go lease. Not lease it. Yeah, I'm leasing the car basically. So I'm paying like $400 a month for this bitch. It's a brand new 2016 for that year. I go straight down to Uber headquarters after applying for their job. They hired me. And then on top of that, a couple weeks later, I ended up getting a job at the gas station. They was paying me, the gas station was paying me $16.50 an hour. That's a lot of money. That was pretty good for me. The first check I got from Uber in California, and this is when Uber first started too. The first check I got from Uber, after they took out their 20%, I had got like $1,200. That's how much money I made driving for Uber. I used to get so many tips. I never paid for my lunch. Somebody always ended up buying me lunch or dinner, G. I swear to God, because I was always taking motherfuckers to the restaurants. And they're always like, hey, you want something? Hell yeah, give me a number one. Grab that number two for me. Or even if I say, nah, I'm okay, they're like, no, it's no problem, really. Okay, since it's really no problem, give me that. Get that too. Hey, you mind if I grab that? I'm gonna say at that time, I was probably about a month away from basically being ready to go get my own crib, you know what I'm saying, and really be able to afford to live out here in California. I was decent. Remember she said that basically that she not gonna send me my money no more because, she only get the benefits because we married. That's why she said she would split it with me. So that was the deal that she made with me. So she basically said, fuck the deal. I'm not giving you shit now. Go fuck yourself. So basically I went up to Navy Legal. That's on the military base. And this is for all the spouses' family. This is for military families to come and seek legal counsel for free. So I went up to the base. I said, hey, is there anything I can do about my wife not sending me my hair for the money? And they like, well, technically, no. If it's going to her account, she don't have to send you nothing. You see what I'm getting at? So I'm like, wow. I'm like, so she's left me in a real crazy situation. And I quit my job and I kind of needed that. I really did though. So what about the furniture and stuff that we got in the house that, you know what I'm saying, that we both paid for? She's like, well, you can do whatever you want with that. Okay. So basically what I do is I took pictures of all the furniture. I had like 100 Xbox games. I took pictures of everything, the beds. I'm talking anything, any fucking furniture in that bitch. I took a picture of it and I posted that shit on Craigslist. And let me tell you something. In a matter of like an hour and a half, it was a truck full of Mexicans. They came to my house on military property and they bought it all. They paid me hardcore cash, 400 in cash for all of them couches, bitch. So now I got $400 in pocket change. This is before I got the credit card. So of course I took the 400 to go put some food in the fridge because and I put half of the shit up because I'm like, damn, I might need this other half to get on the bus. Basically, gonna fast forward. I got the jobs. I'm working for Uber. I'm working for it wasn't Chevron. It was Extra Mile gas station. So I'm working for them. This bitch comes back off a deployment. I had to go get, the rest. I was still living in military housing at this time. You know what I'm saying? I was still living there. You know what I'm saying? Before she got back. So I had my jobs and I was still living there. I was sleeping on the floor because I sold all that shit. I sold everything. You know what I'm saying? I'm mad, bitch. You not getting nothing. If you ain't finna send me my chop, bitch, I'm finna sell this shit, bitch. And I took all her clothes, all the pretty clothes she had, all of her nice gym shoes, and I tossed them bitches in the trash can. Let me tell you this fucking dirty bitch here, right? So she come back. I made sure I was there when she got back too, so she can see her house. And there wasn't shit in there. So she mad now, right? She walk up to my brand new car. Now my car's a 2016. That bitch had I think that bitch had a 2006 Nissan. A lot of people in the military at that time, if you ain't had no Challenger or Charger, you had a Nissan. That bitch was gonna either be black or white, but that bum bitch had a Nissan. So when she got back, she told me some, well, car. I'm like, bitch, hey, calm down, your car right down there. I technically could have sold the car. I found out later. I didn't think I could do that, but I wish I would have. So basically, when I pull up to the bitch, you know what I'm saying? I'm dripped. You see what I'm getting at? Ain't nothing but drip, bitch. You know what I'm saying? She a bum. Bitch, you look like a bum. Don't touch my car. We go our separate ways and shit after that after we had our little few words or whatever, we go our separate ways. I'm homeless, but I got 2 jobs, I'm good. My plan was, while I was saving up money and trying to get on my feet, I was gonna get a membership at the gym. So that's what I did. I got a membership at 24 Hour Fitness, take my showers at the gym, go out in the parking lot, sleep in the car, you know what I'm saying? So one day I had got off work. Working at the gas station. And I was so tired this day, man, when I got off that I didn't even take my uniform off. I just fucking passed out, man. I was like tired. So I'm sitting in my car, I'm knocked out. While I'm laying there, like sleep, something woke me up out my sleep, and it was the sound of like van doors sliding open. But it wasn't like a regular slide. It was like, it was like a motherfucking SWAT team was on my heels, G. So I wake up instantly, and when I woke up, it was like fucking 7 to 15 fucking basically bounty hunters again. Here we go again. But these was the U.S. Marshals this time. So that I'm surrounded by the U.S. Marshals now. So now I'm like, okay, what the fuck? Hey, look, when I saw all these motherfuckers with these guns on me, I'm like, oh, wow, I know they made a mistake. That's what I was thinking. So I'm like, what the fuck is going on? So I'm like, damn. Did this bitch lock me up for some furniture? So I'm thinking I'm on my way to jail for some furniture, G. You know what I'm saying? Fucking with this bitch in the military. I'm like, man, I got my hands. I'm like, man, what's up, man? Y'all got the wrong person. They like, no, we don't. You such and such. I'm like, yeah, where your ID? Yeah, they looking, they verifying. Like, yep, you who we coming to get. Like, so y'all can't tell me what I'm locked up for? What y'all locking me up for? They like, no, we can't say nothing till you get to where you going. So let's be clear about something. In Illinois, when you commit a crime with a firearm, on your departure from prison, you have to sign paperwork that says you can't purchase no firearm. You can't hide that shit. You know what I'm saying? You done, nigga. Once you become a felon, nigga, you done, nigga. It's over with. The reason they came and arrested me, all these U.S. Marshals, they had me charged with basically filling out an application at a shooting range. Now let us go back. While I was going through my divorce, and let me explain something to you. Not one single time was I thinking about harming my fucking ex-wife, G. So I used to go to the shooting range to get practice in or whatever, you know what I'm saying? So while I'm at the shooting range practicing, as a felon, that is not illegal, at least in California it's not. As a felon, I can go to the shooting range and I can shoot guns. I can shoot them motherfuckers. I can practice as much as I want. But the law states that I am not allowed to purchase or own a firearm. I can't even attempt to purchase. I filled out the application to purchase, I think it was a Glock, obviously purchasing a Glock or whatever. I never got the Glock though, you see what I'm getting at? All I got was a bunch of U.S. Marshals locking me up. So I'm like, y'all locking me up for filling out an application. I ain't even getting no gun. You see what I'm getting at? Now, if I get the gun, that's different. I ain't even getting no gun. These motherfuckers come get me like I done kill 100 people. So the public defender come in that bitch, right? She got this whole fucking file, but this is my first court case. This bitch got a whole file on me. She opened this motherfucker up and get to asking me questions about my wife. Your ex-wife claiming that you, when she came back off deployment, all the furniture was gone. So now I'm confused. I'm like, hold on, so what am I locked up for, furniture, or am I locked up for filling out an application at the shooting range? So I come back to the next court date. Now I got the district attorney trying to, basically in California, they got what they call enhancements and 3 strikes type shit. So because of my background in Chicago, they tried to give me 2 strikes, 2 more strikes. You see what I'm getting at? They were trying to give me 2 strikes, plus the one. They basically trying to send me to jail for 20, 30 years because of my background in Illinois. So now I'm like, oh, y'all smoking crack, bitch. I'm not. I say, look, man, tell the ass I'll take a year right now, you know what I'm saying, for filling out a fucking application, and we'll just call it a date, man. Oh, yes, this bitch gonna tell me, hey, we can go to trial. We can beat this. And I'm looking at this bitch like, yeah, I'm sure you would love for me to go to trial so you can railroad me with 100 years. I say, look, bitch, you go tell the state's attorney, man, I'm taking plea deals. So she go do that. They come offer me a deal. I say, shit, that's a deal. The deal was basically plead out for, what was it? Time considered served and probation. So I go do a year probation on the outside. I don't go to prison. I don't do none of that. That was the fucking deal. So I signed off on that shit. I don't know nothing about the penal codes and all that shit, and I don't know how to understand what I'm seeing. I just know I'm signing off on this deal, and this is what is written on the actual deal, on the agreement. Plead guilty, I get a year probation and time considered served in county. You see what I'm getting at? For falsifying information on a government application, basically. Some goofy ass shit. Now, in my mind, I only got like, you know, I still got a couple weeks left, and I'm out this bitch on probation. A couple weeks go by, they come to my cell talking about some, you getting shipped out to another county jail. I'm like, another county jail? I'm like, I'm supposed to be getting out in a few days. So now I'm packing my shit up to go to another county jail. I go to another county jail. This county jail is where they ship niggas out to the penitentiary though. I didn't know I was going to the joint till they told me to pack my shit. You on shipment. So I go down and I'm like, hey man, this is a mistake, G. I'm not supposed to be going to no penitentiary. I'm supposed to be going out of this bitch. I'm supposed to be out. They like, we don't give a fuck what you're talking about. Get your shit and get down there. You see what I'm getting at? I'm packing my shit. You know what the fuck I'm gonna do? They paperwork say I'm supposed to go to the penitentiary. So now I'm going to the motherfucking, I'm going down to Chino. They ship me all the way out to Chino. I get all the way down to Chino, and I'm arguing with these motherfuckers. I'm like, hey, man, something ain't right. I'm not supposed to be here. I pled guilty to probation. My time done. So they're like, well, your paperwork says this, right? This is what they saying, right? So now I'm in motherfucking dirty-ass Chino, goofy-ass Chino reception. I'm down there for like 3 motherfucking weeks. I'm in the cell with a nigga I want to kill. I just want to stab this nigga 1,000 times. You know what I'm saying? He think he tough. That's how a lot of these niggas from Cali think they tough. So now I'm in a cell with a nigga I don't like. I ain't supposed to be here. I'm trying not to catch no serious case when I know this is a mistake. Now check this out. Now the COs come to my cell, right? They say, you need to come with us. We need to talk to you. So I'm like, y'all need to talk to me. So basically, they call me out the cell. I go down to talk to them about my fucking case. They asking me, what did you plead guilty to? So I'm like, man, I pled guilty to falsifying information on the gun application. I was supposed to have been doing time considered serving probation. Exactly what it said I pled guilty. That's what the paperwork saying. What happened was the district attorney and the goofy ass public defender, they put the wrong penal code on that motherfucker. They put the wrong code on there. So what happened was I was pleading guilty to a misdemeanor. They put a felony code on there. They made a mistake. So basically, they got this look on their face like, yeah, somebody fucked up. So now I'm being shipped out to the motherfucker back to San Diego. I get back down to San Diego on this goofy ass bus ride again. Just want to get even more stranger, right? So I get in the courtroom, ain't nobody there. The only motherfucker in this courtroom is a motherfucking judge who wasn't even originally, this ain't even the original judge, the district attorney, and then I got my public defender. She gonna tell me they made a mistake with the penal code. We were supposed to, they put the wrong penal code and I pled guilty to basically the wrong shit. So this bitch gonna tell me, we need you to sign this paperwork and we need you to basically withdraw this plea and we're gonna have you sign to this plea. Yeah, you got me fucked up, you dumb bitch. Listen, I literally done did all my time now. So my whole thing was, for one, you made a mistake. For two, that's a 60-day process. I'm sorry, not even a 60-day. You got 30 days to file an appeal. If I get found guilty, I have to file an appeal within 30 days. They didn't go through this process. These motherfuckers is going around, you know what I'm saying? They doing some backdoor shit right now because they fucked up. Y'all sent me to the penitentiary for a crime I didn't even do. I wasn't even supposed to be in the penitentiary. And by law in California, if you send anybody to prison and they not supposed to be there, you gotta cut me a check, bitch. So they tried to get me to basically sign that paperwork, to withdraw my original plea and sign to a new one. Another problem I had with that was, if I would have did that, these bitch ass motherfuckers would have basically said my time was gonna reset. They wasn't gonna time consider serve me, because if that's the case, they would have said, look, sign this paper and we're gonna let you go from here today. No, bitch, y'all trying to send me back to the joint and y'all for to reset my time and I'm gonna be in that bitch for almost a year. Fuck out of here, bitch. I told her flat out, I'm not signing that shit. And then when I got in front of the judge, I told this bitch, I know my rights. I guess they ain't understand that I did 8 years. I did 8 years already, so I know how this shit go. I've been in the law library. I know all my rights, bitch. So I tell the bitch, I say, look, for one, it's been well over 30 days. They should have filed an appeal if they made a mistake. And for two, I'm not signing that paper. You see what I'm getting at? They made a mistake. They got to live with it. They ain't got shit to do with me. I'm not signing that paper because y'all trying to railroad me. I'm getting out of jail in 2 weeks. Why I'm for the risk staying in this bitch for months? Fuck that. You fucked up. I'll deal with y'all when I get out in 2 weeks. So they send me all the way back to the joint. I don't get no fuck. So they send me down to the mainland. I'm like, I'm out this bitch anyway. But I wasn't going to sign that paper.
All right, Mr. O'Neill, please stop using swearing language. It's not appropriate in a closing argument.